and force a front to back using the Franco. And then in theory, right, the Bruno in a long drawn-out fight is not skill reliant, has the balls to keep resetting the extra damage. So him and Kimi really excel in the longer fight where these sustain tools from Bigetron can be abused instead. It's a bold move. I'm not sure how this one's gonna go.
I guess we'll see if this Bruno's going to work out. Ladies and gentlemen, it didn't work out earlier on, but let's see if RRQ can change the narrative. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to game number 1 in this best of 3 series between the Red Robots and the Kings of Kings, RRQ. We're looking at it split here, the Young Blood versus the... Are they Young Blood? Yeah,
Yeah, he's not Young Blood. He's Young Blood if you just count the fact that he's played in MPLID for a bit. But if you count his experience in MPLPH, yeah, definitely not Young Blood.
Not at all. Already getting a bit of an advantage here in the lane. See how this one goes, man. The stats are quite starkly different from the two. And for now, at least, very conservative this mid lane. Usually we see brawls at level 2. But both teams seem to want to take it easy just a little bit. They might really be banking on that level 4 for both teams.
But I mean, Edok's on the Franco, right? So essentially he should be able to get some picks in. Maybe the hooks have not landed yet. The follow-up from Rins would definitely be there. Also, an important thing to note before we get into this game is the fact that nobody's brought Purify. Despite a lot of, playmaking tools with Shogun on the Charizla. We have Edok as well with the hooks, so on and so forth.
Yeah, just relying on the movement, on the reads and outplays to avoid those big picks. Against Edok, it's definitely a bold move, especially with Sutsujin on the Baksha. Looking at the emblems by GamesMax, agilities for RRQ. It's all about that movement, it's all about getting around the map. And for the side of Bigetron, that's a Bargain Hunter Inspire for Moreno on the Angela, but also the Brave Smite. So, trying to make sure that he gets a bit more safety, a bit more tankiness and healing in the midst of a big fight. As Eman, that's a bit of a swap here.
Huh.
Yep. Because
there's the mid lane.
The Angela can rotate with level 4. So CC will get the prio here in the mid lane. Level 4 as well. Shogun is already ready. And they're all actually clumping up. Shogun could get a massive penalty zone. Eman looking for the play already. That's a penalty zone, locking them down with the current call as well. Nile wins at the entry battle. It's going to be the combo with the Raging Sandstorm as Moreno gets level 4 and rotates early. Turtle plus 2 kills to BTR.
Beautiful start for BTR to set the tempo, to set the pace. It looks like Nile is looking for something more. Finn already really good at the zoning against Edok. The hook does not land, but it does land on the buff.
Uh-oh, not too sure about this. Buddy Hunt gonna be locking Finn down. The targeting is off, and Sutsujin pays for it with his life. Nile a bit too aggressive here. Gonna be caught and will be slammed down to the ground. Shogun with a flicker to a flicker response from Rins.
But all in all, that was yet another 2-for-1 trade in favor of BTR. We're gonna take a look at the talent prediction here, but Mirko, come on,
I didn't expect them to actually write that down.
Vitality, my goat.
All right, Vitality, my goat. That's my goat.
We gotta. Oh, hey, Mr. Pulung, by the way,
Hey.
dude. For once, as a rare occasion, but me and Mr. Pulung don't always see eye to eye when it comes to the votes.
The thing is, Papulong always votes for the underdog.
I know exactly. That's the exact point I'm
and
making.
the underdog usually loses.
That's
Especially
always
today.
the case. We have to wait and see, man. But
They're
yeah,
actually getting aggressive.
well, Eterna, you mentioned it. With the Franco, they should be going for a lot of these earlier fights instead. But RRQ, they waited for the level 4, and Bigetron definitely got the better move. And even though they left Toy farming on the top side, Eman came out of that with more gold because he's able to secure more buffs, I believe, more gold buffs in the lane. He has a 300 gold advantage, which isn't crazy, but considering that he rotated and participated in the fight, gets a kill and an assist, not looking all that good for Toy either.
And on a Bruno, you'd want to kind of look for that early game, right? So the fact that he's playing from behind, we can see already the support coming from Edok, maybe perhaps looking to try and feed Toy. Sutsujin's also rotating towards his top side, and so is Rins. Are they looking for something? Will they be able to get it, though?
It's another turtle angle for both teams. Edok, what's the move here? So many threats. Whoa!
Penalty zone. Iron Hook as well. That's going to be the hard guard coming down as well. That's going to be the Raging Sandstorm not landing. Dark Wave landing on everybody, but he gets melted down. Edok with the flicker and the Bloody Hunt locking Nile down right now as they go for more damage. And Mon gets away with the vengeance, and now it's Nile who walks back up with the miss. But Nile doesn't have the electrifying beat, and will be Iman looking for the last pick on Rez. Can't get it. Toy! Getting the kill back. Niall looking for the stacks. No electrifying beats still. Shogun going for the damage. It will be the electrifying beats and the take on the turtle as Shogun gets away with the flicker out.
It was a 1-for-1 trade. All in all, BTR going to be able to pick up that turtle because Sutsujin was the one that was down. So at the very end of it, it was worth it, but they had to lose Eman in the process.
Dude, Niall is 2 levels ahead now from Sutsujin.
Yeah.
RRQ needs to decide who's gonna be the main front line, because Rez at this point isn't tanky enough. He is getting melted way too quickly, not getting the resets, the infernal pursuits, as much as he needs to really be winning RRQ these fights. They have to decide, man. If it's Sutsujin, then it's Sutsujin. If it's Rez, they'd have to play it accordingly, because right now Bigetron are just out-sustaining them. I'm not only using the Vengeance to kind of make sure that he doesn't get taken out. Oh!
Good flicker wasted, and Sutsujin can't even go for the combo because Edok has already used the Iron Hook.
I feel like it was like a peculiar result though from BTR, right? Because essentially Shogun utilized that penalty zone early, and then the Sandstorm also didn't land. So those were 2 big resources that didn't hit, and yet BTR was still able to get value out of that team fight.
Because the targeting and the way RRQ were fighting wasn't really ideal. And not to mention, Rez missed a big dark wave there. If it landed, it would have landed on 3 members. It'll be 3 Infernal Pursuits. A huge swing in damage. So Rez needs to clean up his act as well if he wants to really be that terrifying, phobious presence in the jungle. It's a move here. Sutsujin.
You don't? We'll get the Iron Hook, but I don't think you want to go for the Bloody Hunt there. Raging Sandstorm! It baits out a few flickers like Toy already. That's a Traction Pulse coming down. That's a Bloody Hunt locking him down with the Winter Crown as well, but Niall still has the help of the Hot Guard. Still no res! Will jump around and getting all those Infernal Pursuits. Moreno with the healing. Iron Hook does not land, but RRQ find their footing.
Finally, right, Niall down. They should be able to take the purple buff, but it looks like they're not going to go for it, actually. Edok's still hovering, though, opening up information, giving the vision down. RQ's priority is the objective, and the objective is the next.
Oh, that's a Dark Wave. Rez jumping all across the board. Has the Infernal Pursuit. That's going to be the turtle taken out, but Finn will be able to go for the sustain, and Rez will get caught. That's a kill for Moreno. Eman walking up still, looking for the curtain call, but it doesn't want to go all the way. Rins gets out, and it will be a turret traded out for it. With the Raging Sandstorm. Oh, and the flicker penalty zone as well. An Iron Hook landing. Toy is right there, but Niall comes in from the side. Shogun will die, but it's going to be the sacrifice to get Toy plus Sutsujin too with Shogun's first skill.
That's crazy. 2-for-2 trade. XP, roam for gold and jungle. I would say that's worth it for BTR.
Worth it. They wanted to get something more to punish RRQ for getting that turtle, and they did. Makes sense, man. But again, the longer the game goes, with more items, Bigetron are relying a lot on basic damage to win these fights out. Shogun is having an immense presence just from having that extra tankiness and the revenge strike. That deals more damage the lower HP you are. He is 3, 1, and 4 right now, so he is actually holding the majority of the kills in this game. It's not Niall, it's not Eman. So that's not an ideal circumstance for Bigetron. They have to kind of plan out their fights a bit better if they want to, you know, scale better into the mid game and shut down RRQ completely.
But I do have a question, Arashi, because if we're looking at the composition right now, with BTR not having like a conventional marksman, does that mean that their late game is bad? Does that mean that they're on a, you know, a clock compared to RRQ who can scale to the late game?
I believe so. Again, marksmans generally have more DPS, more range to work with as well. And Bigetron, they're relying on a CC, right? They were trying to get early tempo. We can see that from the Khalid pick as well. So they are definitely having a bit more urgency right here. But technically, you know, if they execute properly and land on Rins and Toy, immediately the backline pressure gets neutralized. If they trade, let's say, Shogun's life or Finn's life for Toy or Rins, it's still very much worth it for Bigetron in the late stage.
Especially now that Rins has Sky Piercer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2 cores that they're gonna have to watch out and pay attention towards, especially now that the Lord has spawned in the game.
Oh.
Sutsujin collapsing.
Iron Hook, but the penalty zone cancels it instantly. No one across just yet. That's going to be the lockdown. Finn able to flicker out. Shogun still right there. Rez within her pursuit now. Walks up again, but Shogun is very, very low. So is Sutsujin though, as Moreno shows up. Iron Hook from Edok. No Bloody Hunt necessary. Rins picks up the Sky Piercer. Raging Sandstorm almost knocks him down. Now jumps to the back line, and Rins gets a double. The Bloody Hunt will lock him now. Niall still gets away in time, but Eman is all alone. Iron Hook from Edok with the slide tackle, and it's Rez who picks the kill up.
That's the Franco we know and love. That is Edok's Franco. That we know and love. 3 members taken down from BTR. This is the best potential scenario that we're looking at. Niles looking for a steal though.
Yeah, you see the Phobius instantly. Oh,
Oh.
need a second res!
Too far.
Way too aggressive. Traction pulse, and it's Rins! Plus Toy, the combo. They're not going to be coming here, getting here in time. Rins claims the Lord.
That just unraveled perfectly for RRQ, right? I mean, if they wanted to go for a full 5v5, their one composition doesn't allow that, and two, Sutsujin was 2-3 levels below Niles, so they couldn't have done that anyway.
Oh man, this fight though, let's take a look at the replay. Finn trying to get to the back line with getting bursted down immediately. Toy, you know, does a lot of damage as the Bruno. I feel like we haven't seen the Bruno too much, but he's doing a respectable amount of damage here. And Bigetron, despite having the macro pressure, hasn't really been able to find that moment, you know, where the hard guard becomes a massive playmaking tool. In fact, usually Bigetron relies on Moreno doing damage, doing utility. The fact that he's now on the Angela, only with the photo and glowing one, it's looking like he's lacking impact in this game.
Uh-oh, traction pulse. Oof. Not the combo they were hoping for. No Iron Hook for a while. Turret mid lane will be sieged down. Bottom lane as well. It's a big minion wave coming down.
But with the Lord still marching, they do have a little bit more time to go for the reset, right? RQ can still wait a little bit, look for the pick that they're going for like they were able to do before.
Yep. They're certainly looking for it, and they have great siege with the Bruno. Oh, penalty's out!
Radiant Sandstorm 2, it's going to be Rins caught in. That's a bloody hunt onto Nile, but the rest of the team will get dismantled by Amon! Who tears through the HP bars! Now it's Nile against 2 in the back as Rez deals with 3. Lord pulled in, Rez kited back now! With a dive under the turret to take Edok down!
He didn't have the bloody hunt. There was nothing that could stop Nile there. No suppress. And he just wreaked havoc into the back line while Iman was doing the rest on the opposite side of the map. That went horribly wrong for RRQ. Amazing turnout from Shogun as well as Finn.
I don't think it was a big mistake from RRQ, but they really shouldn't be in the jungle against
They
a
were
comp like
clumping
this.
up.
Exactly, in the jungle, in the narrow passage of the Land of Dawn there. That allowed Bigetron to go for those massive plays. Shogun though, what a penalty zone. And just like that, the backline is just that vulnerable. Rez, being the main crowd control tool, he wants to be in the front, but he needs to understand that when the fights go like that, his job isn't to dive in the back. His job is to stay over there and shield bash and dark wave and make sure that Toy and Rins survive. Because Toy got out with the flicker, but he got slowly but surely chased down. The crowd control allocation needs to be more calculated from RRQ.
So I think Toy understands this, right? So he goes for a little bit more of a defensive item there.
For sure. Rose Gold Meteor, after being nuked down by Nile there. The only real solution is going to be Edok. And he technically has shown that he knows how to deal with assassins on the Franco. But right now it's different. The EXP lane, the roamer, everyone from Bigetron are demanding Edok's attention and respect. So it's not really that simple for him to shut down Nile solo.
But he has to figure out a way to right now, right? Nile is level 15 compared to Sutsujin at 13. They can't go for 50-50 at this point. They need to figure a way to isolate at least one member to make this in favor of them.
Look at Moreno. Staying in the bottom lane, that's going to Iron Hook, but no bloody hunt. Shield unity as well. Penalty zone! Shogun and Reset Storm! What a combo by Bigetron! By Vitality! And now it's all for the taking as Eman cleans up. Finn is in the back. Sutsujin cannot deal with him. Can Edok land the hook though?
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. No
They're going for an end?
purifies. They're going to be able to make this combo once again. 3 members are off the board for the Kings of Kings. And you're right, it's looking like the end.
The current call, the electrifying beats! Bigetron looking for Edok, he's taking low, no winner crown to play with. Rins is up in 3, so they cannot end. But they'll surely get the Lord with Sutsujin down.
Oh man, that was a crazy sequence of events. Bigetron, understanding the urgency, go for the decisive play. The flicker ultimates from Bigetron have been really, really on point.
Wow.
RRQ not going. I mean, they had flickers, they tried to react, but it wasn't enough. We said that RRQ has a chance the longer the game goes, but Bigetron, they understand it and they are not allowing it to happen. Now with the Lord, they have to look for yet another decisive move, and they're taking down the turrets. taking full control of the jungle.
That's the scary thing about being a Franco and having a Charizla on the opposite side of the spectrum, right? Like, you hook Shogun on the Charizla, but you're only bringing him closer to the members of your team for him to look for an opportunity of his own. And that's how BTR have been able to really turn these team fights, turn these pickoffs into their favor instead of RRQs.
Unfortunately, there's just not enough damage from RRQ right now to really shut down and delete whoever gets hooked by Hito.
Burst.
So they're lacking in burst. The only real source, funnily enough, is Toy on the Bruno with the crits. But with the changes to some of the items, like the blade armor, for example, it's a lot beefier. It gives you a lot more physical defense, and Bigetron are abusing it as much as possible. They're going for an N angle.
Look at the tread on Sutsujin. Penalty zone not landing. Shogun doing a lot of damage. Dark Wave landing on him here. No Iron Hook there. It's gonna be Shogun taken down. Rez gonna be low. Reggie Sandstorm again. The flicker in the back line. Toy gonna be locked out. It will be the Bloody Hunt locking him down, but the Bigetron gets bought in time. And Iman will dive into turret. Lord still up. Nile gets away. The base wide open, and Iman sets his sights on that base to make it 1-0 for Bigetron.
Clean, a 16-minute game there. Not getting to the point where RRQ can look for a way to turn things around.